Deontay Wilder better not duck Taylor. He better not duck her. I'm telling you right now, he better not duck her. You know he don't want nothing to do with Katie Taylor. You know that. But all jokes aside, this is actually a pretty entertaining fight. Katie Taylor is the new champion. She defeated, I believe her name is Anaha Sanchez. This was a pretty decent fight. Katie Taylor was whooping Sanchez's ass like Sanchez was flirting with her man or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just pounding on her. Taylor dropped Sanchez with a body shot, and it looked like the fight was going to be over. But Sanchez is a very tough woman. Even though I've never seen her fight, the one thing I got from her, she's very tough. Because she took everything that Katie Taylor had to offer. I don't know if either Katie Taylor is not a big puncher at her weight class, or it's just the fact that Sanchez is has a really good chin and really good punch resistance, because Taylor was hitting her with everything. Taylor's like a little juggernaut, you know. She's like, she comes in and she tries to force her way. Like Carl Froch was saying in the broadcast, he was saying Taylor, she's always winning the argument, right? Well, they would exchange, but Taylor was always the one throwing the more punches. The one thing I will say that if I have to critique Taylor is she has a thing where a lot of times, like Carl Froch said this in the podcast, he was like, a lot of times Katie Taylor is willing to get hit with punches in order to get her own punches off. Because there were times in this fight, particularly in the early rounds when Sanchez was fresh, where Katie Taylor was getting caught with counters, like straight up counters. And she's lucky that Sanchez, you know, didn't take more advantage of her, because I'm telling you, there were several times in this fight where Sanchez got her with nice hooks, and you saw Taylor, like, you could tell it bothered her. But like I said, Sanchez didn't take fully advantage of it, and I just think she was overwhelmed. Katie Taylor outworked her, but still, one day I think she has to work on that, because if you can't just rush your way in like that. Like, she has a thing, Taylor, where she like tries to rush her way in, and she doesn't care about defense. She just comes in, I'm gonna throw 4 or 5 punch combinations and get my punches off, and you can't do nothing about it. The problem with that is, when you do stuff like that, you get countered. You know, perfect example, when Demetrius Andrade fought Van Monterosian, he was coming in like that, and he got countered by Van Monterosian, and he got dropped on his ass, and he was hurt. And Demetrius Andrade is a world level guy. So again, what people need to understand is you can't do that against every fighter, because you're gonna get caught and with a counter. That is a counter puncher's dream. What Katie Taylor did is whenever like she would come in and just like try and force away, because like I said, she leaves herself open for counters. She doesn't like put a defense up. She doesn't even like cover her face. She doesn't put her chin down. So I think she has to work on that. I think her coach has to work on that. I don't know. I think her coach is an American, because when he was in the corner, he sounded like an American. He had an American accent. But yeah, I think her coach needs to tell her to be patient. And think more about defense. Have a high guard up when you do that, you know. But yeah, it was a pretty entertaining fight. I mean, it was way better than Hughie Fury versus what's his name, Joseph Parker. You know, Hughie Fury was running around the rings. You see, Hughie Fury needed to take advice from Katie Taylor. You see how when Hughie Fury faced Joseph Parker, he just ran around the ring. He ran around the ring, and he tried to outbox a champion. Look at the difference when Katie Taylor fought the champion. I know she was stripped, but the champion Sanchez. She brought the fight to Sanchez. She didn't like try to play the counter puncher. She brought the fight to Sanchez. So yeah, overall very impressive. Very good. I think she has really good. I think this was the first 10-rounder. She has really good. And she has a good engine. You know, she could still throw. It's not like I didn't see that she got tired. So she has a good engine, and she's yeah, man. Wishing nothing but the best. Again, I don't really follow this division, but of course, I'm watching this fight live, so she was on the card, so I watched it. And, you know, I'm a boxing channel, so even though I don't really cover women's boxing, why not, you know, do a post-fight? Because I just watched it. It just finished happening, so. Yeah, overall, it was a pretty decent fight. Can Sanchez come back? I don't know. She's young, so she should be. She's probably moving up in weight go now because she couldn't make the weight. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty decent performance. I like Katie Taylor's